Well, here's my camp along the San Rafael River, and I pushed on in. I wanted to get farther in last night, so it was way dark time I got here, and it's a beautiful spot right here. Kind of got some cottonwoods I'm in, and it makes a nice spot for a camp. I rigged my Whoopie Sling. I've got soft shackles that I'm using in place of carabiners. I'm using my Poncho made from the Real Tree Extra, and of course I've got a different kind of soft shackle on this side, but it's the Whoopie Sling just the same. But this is a nice little camp right here. I have to bring Shauna up here, my wife, and let her try it out. It's a nice little hike in. It's beautiful. So this is my multi-purpose gear bag that I use for the purpose of backpack. I got a molly panel on here and everything, so I got extra gear. This is my Geiger rig, water hydration deal. This is a pressurized system. In my past number of times out here, I've been experimenting with different ways to hang our poncho. This time around I'm using a soft shackle, which this right here takes the place of a carabiner. It's made out of Dyneema cord. So it's a soft shackle and a Whoopie Sling. And then I'm using a marlin spike type deal right here to connect the Whoopie Sling to the soft shackle. So anyway, the reason I was looking at I like the carabiners because, man, that's nice and slick. You know, just thread the carabiner through the sleeve on the end of your poncho and click it into a tree strap or a Whoopie Sling, and you're all strung up. You're good to go. But the thing I didn't like about the carabiners, which they're okay, but they're heavy for one, and two, they're bulky. They take, cause you got to have a pretty good size one in order to get through all the material here on one of our ponchos when you're setting it up like a hammock. So I decided to mess around with the soft shackles. That way I could have a lighter weight and very little bulk. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. So I've been experimenting a little bit. So a regular soft shackle is like this deal right here, and I've got some of my customized soft shackles hanging off of it. And I've got a couple styles. This one has a little zipper type deal. So you see when you pull on this, the loop gets bigger. We've got like a diamond knot on the end here, and that latches into there. So basically that knot right here is through that hole. Once you draw it up, it can't pull apart. This little zipper cord here just makes it easy to undo it. So I put this up through here, and then I basically just work the slack. So as I work that up there we are. Now we're up there tight. We're up there tight. You know, this can't come off. So anyway, so that's a regular soft shackle, and that's the size that we need. So I got to have enough length I can gather it all in there and get at my ends in order to close this thing. So it's got to be that size just to even work. All right, so one of the dilemmas of using a soft shackle with our ponchos is sliding through 5 foot of sleeve. I got to slide through 5 foot of sleeve. Well, I need more length than just a regular soft shackle would have. So I made up a soft shackle that's got an extra long tail on it, and that way, with this extra long tail, I've got enough distance where I can get through it. I can even do a HD poncho, which it's harder to gather that because it's a heavier material. But I can use this even on an HD poncho. So what I've done is I've gone through right here. I've gone through my sleeve on my poncho, come out. This is the soft shackle. This other part up here. Okay, so now I'm disconnected from my Whoopie Sling, which is here. The end of my soft shackle's here. Now I could put this loop right through here, In fact, I might wind up doing that. I don't know, but I just thought since I had this aluminum tube here, that could be like a marlin spike or something, and it works fine. So anyway, so now I just put that loop through there, shove that through there. So now I've got kind of a marlin spike type deal that connects the two, and I'm good to go. If I don't use this, I mean, it just hang down there, not a big deal. So I'm not decided totally if this is what I like to do or not, but it's there. So here's another issue right here, and that is that when I unzip this thing to get my diamond knot in and out of there, in order to work this back up so it closes in order to close this loop, in other words, I've got to start back here and push it up like that to get that to disappear, which normally in a soft shackle, that is not an issue. It's not a problem. The problem we have with that, and it's not a terrible problem, kind of depends on how heavy your poncho material is really. But the problem is, when we're doing this through our poncho to convert it to a hammock, when I go like this, the hammock material covers all of this right here. All this stuff here is all inside the sleeve. So how do I get in there and work all that out of there? Now I've been able to do it, so it's not like you can't. But it's not as easy as just doing it like this, where you have easy access all the way around. I thought, well, is there a better way? So actually there is. And some of these I've been, so here's another type of closure on the end right here. This is Edwards enhanced design. So what you're doing here is you've got a berry all the way through here, which that's cool, but I don't have to fish all this through here in order to close the loop. The loop only opens right here, and it stops once it gets to my berry right here. So there's my loop. I just shove everything through it, and to close the loop I only have to have access to that right there. So now I closed the loop right there. This one I made my end loop here is just barely big enough to get my knot through. It's not really a problem, but I like it a little bit bigger. So I made some more, played with it a little bit. I like this size right here better. So now see, that's plenty big to get everything through there. Just like that. Close it down. There we are. Okay, so here's my soft shackle that I used sleeping last night in here. And so I'm going to pull it out of here so I can show you how we feed it through here. Now, so this deal here, so it's designed to shove through with this end right here. So here's what I do. You just get that started in the end of the sleeve, inside the fabric of the sleeve right there. And you just start shoving it through. And look, now this is an ultralight, so this bunches up a little easier than the others, but I've done the honeycomb X wide ponchos with it, no problem. I've done the HD poncho, no real problem. It just takes just a little more effort. But anyway, so all you're doing, you're just feeding it through here like this. And once you get to the end, you just pull it out. And now you'll notice then you just get that knot through there. You got to get the diamond knot through there. So I just pull that. Once that comes out, I open my eye here like that, okay? Then I shove that through there, get my knot up through there, and now all I got to do is close the loop right there. So there we are. There's my soft shackle. I'm ready to hang this thing up now. Probably normally still going to sell our ponchos with parachute cord, and offer the Whoopie Sling soft shackle deal is absolutely just a total upgrade option or whatever. So you'd still get your parachute cord, is what I'm thinking. But it's not quite as versatile as parachute cord, so I don't know. At this point, parachute cord is still the standard offering, and we're not looking at totally substituting the Whoopie Sling soft shackle option as just an option to take the place of parachute cord. So anyway, it'd be good to have both, honestly. There it is right there, just another in the series. This right here this is going to be it right here. All I'm going to do is just tweak on my end just kind of how the finished product comes out. But other than that, this is going to be a doable deal. And we're going to have it on the website under cordage. So don't look for it under shelter or ponchos. We may have a link to it. Another thing I should show you, this ultralight material is not, and I'm not pushing the ultralight. I like it. I like the X-White a lot though, because especially last night it was really windy up here. And the X-White would have been nice to have a little more wind protection. All right, so now in the heavier materials, you've got to keep this end from pulling through while you're trying to get shove the other end all the way through. So I found an easy way to deal with that is just open up your loop here. Then take your tab that's on the end, like this is the older style tabs came out from the side. It'll work the same either way. So all you do is just pull your loop through there and then close it. Now it's caught around here. You're not going to pull your cord. You're not going to pull your cord through while you're pushing this through here. So there we are. I'm halfway through now. There we are. I'm all the way through. There's my knot. Now I just come over here to this side and I just loosen that just slightly. Pull that back out of there. I'm probably going to make this eye a little bit bigger in our production models. I'll probably make that eye just a little larger than that, so we, just for, I mean, that's good enough, but I think I just like it a little larger, I believe. But anyway, it'll pretty much close itself just by pulling on it. But anyway, so there we go right there. I'm good. I'm ready to hang right there. Just like that. You see, that wasn't hard to do at all. See how loose the fabric it does? It's not all gobbed up really tight. I could just leave that like that and stuff it. A lot of times I don't fold my ponchos up. Except for HD ones you about have to, but most of the other ones I normally just stuff them in a bag. But anyway, so there you go.